We'll see you over on the balance beam a little later, but you've got a bird's eye view tonight on vaulting.
Yeah, of course. So like Jay said before, we obviously have some vaults that we're waiting on. We've been working on in progress. So tonight we're looking for big vaults, huge amplitude. Obviously, you guys know that the stick is the premium, but tonight we just want to see them explode off the table, chest up, good landing positions, and that's what we're looking for. We're really excited to see these girls take off.
We've got some new faces here, some newcomers, some new freshmen. What was y'all's message before y'all came out?
Yeah, our message tonight was just let loose, you know, have fun, show these people what you've been working on. But like I said, we've been working hard all fall, so we just really wanted to see them come out and just show you guys what we've been practicing and keep it normal. This is kind of like a test run for us. It's such a great opportunity for them, so get those jitters out and just come out here and have a blast with you guys.
Well, we're looking forward to it, Bugs, and I tell you, throughout the season, you guys are going to start. We're going to talk about it some more, but the schedule is an amazing schedule for LSU Gymnastics to start with. You know, they say iron sharpens iron, and it's going to do that starting the first Friday in January.
Absolutely. We're really excited about our schedule this year. Obviously, tough start, but so excited to get out in a different environment on the West Coast and compete in front of a lot of gymnastics fans. That's a big deal. And so we'll have 3 back-to-back of huge crowds, huge environments, and then be back in the PMAC on Martin Luther King Monday. Hopefully we'll pack that out as well as we take on the reigning national champions, Oklahoma.
We're looking forward to it, Bugs. Good luck tonight. Let's have a great meet.
Thanks,
Tiger
Mike.
fans, that's Ashley Nett. So gymnastics fans, normally when our 4-minute touch period has concluded, the teams will huddle up and we'll get our meet started. But of course, now that we have 8 or 9 going on each event tonight, we're gonna get a little extra time, a couple of extra passes, make sure that everybody's had an adequate chance to warm up. You'll notice that, Kaylee, every gymnast has a different setting on the table, pretty much. Some of them even have different distances on where the springboard is located.
Depending on what vault they do, they may or may not have the yellow thing around the board called the zone. That's normally for round-off entry vaults, and you'll see a lot of different mat moving, mat throwing, depending on what each gymnast's preference is.
That's why it's great to have great managers. And these LSU Tigers have always had great managers here, and you'll see them hard at work throughout vault tonight, adjusting, making sure that everything is just perfect, and of course, safety is the #1 thing.
Absolutely. Tonight is just about the girls getting out and feeling what that competition floor feels like for the first time while staying safe.
So we have our lineups in place. It looks like the Tigers are going to go 9 on vaulting. So Tiger fans, that's your cue. When they break that huddle, that's your cue. And here's where I get to say, first on vaulting for your Fighting Tigers of LSU, please welcome Elena Arenas. You can see why she has all the skills. She was a 2021 SEC vault champion for that full, Kaylee.
And that was a very nice vault. See it here on the replay. Yurchenko layout full. Tiny hop on that landing, but overall a great leadoff vault for LSU tonight, and she went out and did her job.
Elena with 2 career vault titles as a Tiger. now in her third year. Hard to believe. Time flies. Unbelievable. And next on vaulting for your Fighting Tigers, Alona Shenakova.
That was a Yurchenko full and a half. You'll notice tonight some girls will land facing the table, some will land facing away from the table towards the stands. That Yurchenko full and a half is starting at a 10.0. Very great vault, tiny landing deduction, but overall, this is what you want at this time of season. The girls are just getting out there, finding their landings in this arena environment.
You'll see a couple of additions down around several of the events tonight, and one at vaulting in particular, a couple of strips of tape. Tell us a little bit about that in that landing zone.
So the goal for the tape is to stay inside those lines. That means your direction has been set from as soon as you get off the table in the air to find that landing.
And next on vaulting for your Fighting Tigers, Aaliyah Finnegan. You can see that Aaliyah is not going to wait around for me, and that's quite all right, Kaylee, because that vault is something special. First time we've gotten to see Aaliyah on vaulting.
I mean, you'll see it again on the replay. Her height, her distance. Look how far back she is from the table. Front pike, she opens. Tiny step on that landing, but overall a fantastic vault.
Very nice opportunity for us to see Aaliyah in action on this event. And next on vaulting for your Fighting Tigers, it's KJ Johnson. Kaylee, you can see why she was a mainstay in the lineups in vault, and now later we'll see her in floor in her freshman season. She was absolutely a spark plug.
She is a powerhouse. You see her explode off the table. Look at that height. Perfectly laid out position. She flares it open for the landing, and that's just about as good as it gets.
Terrific direction right there. KJ, of course, from Dallas, Texas, out of the Texas Dreams Gym. And next on vaulting for LSU, Kaya Johnson. Wow. Tell you what, there are few things that get the PMAC as hyped as it does when Kaya Johnson sticks a vault like that on a Friday night.
That was a Yurchenko double full, highly difficult. Starts obviously from a 10.0 because of how difficult that is. You'll see her do 2 twists in the air. Just got to find that landing, but again, that's what tonight is all about.
She's one of 3 LSU gymnasts with a perfect 10 on 3 events as a Tiger. And next on vaulting for your Fighting Tigers, it's Haley Bryant. Somebody better call the Baton Rouge airport because there's been an airplane sighting in the PMAC.
It's just so powerful. She explodes off the table. It's one of the most electric vaults in the NCAA, in my opinion, and you can absolutely see why. Look how high she is. She flares out, tiny hop on that landing, but man, that's pretty.
We're quickly running out of superlatives for that one, I can tell you.
Yes.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. And Tiger fans, it's time to welcome to vaulting, Bryce Wilson. Tremendous effort right there by the freshman. You know, do you remember being a freshman at LSU and coming in and doing a first routine like that?
Yes, and it was terrifying, exciting, everything in between. But what an amazing way to start off your career as a Tiger, to be in the PMAC and to get all the jitters out before the real thing.
Wonderful job by Bryce. Pearland, Texas by way of Lake Charles. And now, Tiger fans, let's welcome to vault, Chase Brock.
That was a beautiful Yurchenko layout full. You'll notice that some girls will choose to do the Yurchenko layout full over another vault, even though it doesn't start from a 10.0. A lot of times they can score even higher because that vault is just so easy for them to do, and they do it really well. Jay Clark just told us that that will be a Yurchenko full and a half towards the beginning, end of season, whenever she can feel comfortable with that blind landing. But you can tell she's got a ton of power in that vault.
Now, Tiger fans, let's welcome the 9th vaulter in your vault lineup tonight at Gymnastics 101, Alexis Jeffrey. Well, number 9 plants it into the mat, just like he drew it up.
That's what it's all about, vault. You want to stick those landings. You want to make sure your feet are firmly planted in that mat. You'll see it here again.
Strong off the table.
Very nice.
Well, Tiger fans, there's your vault team for Gymnastics 101. Gymnasts, this is your 2-minute rotation. Switching over to the uneven bars. And fans, don't forget LSU Gymnastics will be signing autographs following tonight's meet in the Legends Club here in the PMAC. This will be your only opportunity to get autographs this season from your 2023 Fighting Tigers. The lines will begin at portals U and J.
Once they break.
Okay. And joining us on the floor is the one and only Sierra Ballard. She's got the stick crown in her hands. Hey, that's a pretty nice crown there. You know, Sierra, does it fit on your head really well? I mean, how does that work?
Okay, so this is the stick crown, and basically the whole point is it adds like an incentive to hitting a stick landing, because that is very important in the sport of gymnastics. So whenever anybody sticks their landing, we crown them, and they become the stick queen.
Well, that's outstanding. I'll tell you what, you are a academic All-American, so that means you're super smart. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
So let me ask you, what did you think about that vault lineup that you just watched?
That is amazing, and that is not even the best that we can do. We have so many more upgrades as well, and there's some people that are also working in the gym that aren't out yet. So just stay tuned for the next month. We're going to get in and work, and we'll be ready to go in January.
What are you looking forward to on floor?
What am I looking forward to on floor? I don't know, just being back in here in this environment and performing. Like, there's nothing like performing on this purple floor in this environment with these people and these fans.
Sierra, we had a Twitter question for you.
Ooh.
Yeah, fans sent it in at LSU Gym on Twitter.
Yes. What is the best part of the LSU gym experience?
I'd say the best part is the family atmosphere of this team. That was probably the main reason why I decided to come here. We're just all a bunch of, these are 18 of my new sisters here, and I'm never going to forget this place and the connections I've made with these people.
Sounds great. Hey, Sierra, one quick question I think the fans might be interested in. Your mother went to the Olympics.
Yes, she did.
So what is it like to have a mother as an Olympian when you need a little critiquing on things like floor? How does that work around the breakfast table?
Well, my mother was actually my coach growing up. She's always been in the gym and always been there. My dad was also a coach at Georgia, so he also has some gymnastics background. But sometimes when I'm getting a little flustered, I literally will just send her a video, send her a little text, and she's just like, oh, your head's not in, or you're not doing this, and it's just a really quick, easy fix, and she understands me enough that she can say it in a way that it clicks.
Another Twitter question, Sierra. Who do you think has the best beam song this season?
I'm always a big fan of Kaya's beam song, but I think Kai Rivers just really makes the whole experience of her beam and her being back fully healthy this year just a whole new way.
We're sure looking forward to seeing you on the floor and maybe in some other events this year,
Yeah,
right?
Who knows?
All right. Hey, Sierra Ballard, everybody. We're so glad you could join us from the floor, courtesy with the Stick Crown. And Tiger fans, at this time, we'd like to announce the winner of our VIP seat giveaway for the meet against Missouri on Friday, January 20th. Congratulations to Chailu, who's our winner. Again, congratulations to Chailu Robertson, our winner. Please meet a marketing representative in the lower southwest portal near Balance Beam. Again, just meet that marketing representative in the lower southwest portal near Balance Beam, and congratulations. Hey, Courtney McCool-Griffith, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, welcome. Hey, Sierra's got that microphone all warmed up for you, but you've got a bird's eye view on the uneven bars. What are you looking for on this event, particularly tonight as you look to grow towards January?
Absolutely, yes. We're always looking for those finished kips so we can cast a handstand. We want all the handstands right on top. So just really to attack our basics to set up our skills.
Yeah, that sounds great. And Kaylee, you spent a lot of time on the uneven bars as well. Quite well for the Tigers, I might add. Wow. What are you agreeing with the coach on this particular assessment?
I am. Handstands, landings. You got to get those little tints here and there, and you don't want to give those up.
That sounds great. Hey, Courtney, is there somebody in particular that you really got your eye on tonight to see growth? I know it's been all about growth through the fall and into the wintertime here. Who are you looking at in particular?
I mean, they've all done a really great job. They worked very hard through the fall, and it's so nice to have the opportunity to, get them out here to attack their swing and go for it. Ashley Cowan's going to go up and hit her bar routine for us today. But like they were talking about, just with the freshmen getting out there, feeling their routines, and a lot of familiar faces, as everybody can see. So we really just want everybody to go for it and enjoy what they're doing.
So you want to reveal our let that horn go off. You want to reveal the due date for the newest member of your household?
This one?
Yeah, that one.
We've got all three of our girls in the house, and this one's coming out on Wednesday. We don't have a name yet, so if anybody's got ideas.
We got the Gymnastics 101 in just in time. Hey, that's Courtney McCool-Griffith, ladies and gentlemen, one of our great coaches.
Thank y'all for being here with us tonight.
Well, for those of you who are new to the Maravich Center in gymnastics, when we go into the second rotation, the home team Tigers are always on the uneven bars, which means that the visitors are over on vault. The visitors will perform a vault, and then we'll have first up on bars for your Fighting Tigers. We always take a look over and make sure that coach is happy with where all the mats are and that everything is set up, that the bars are tight to the specifications of the gymnast. I get a little high five from Jay Clark, or a high wave from Jay Clark, and that means that it's time to go. And that means that first on the uneven bars for your Fighting Tigers is Kaya Johnson. Kaylee, somebody needs to tell Kaya that it's not March, it's December. That was a mid-season form routine, locked out handstands.
That was a beautiful leadoff. I mean, that is exactly what she wanted to do. You'll see here in the replay, her handstands were right on top of that bar, locked out, and then, of course, that beautiful double layout dismount. Nailed it, slid her heels together, finished off with the salute. That was beautiful.
Well, there's a reason why certain people are in the leadoff position, and you see why right there. That means next on the uneven bars for LSU, please welcome Tori Tatum. Somebody needs to tell Joan Nat that it's time to move on to the next person. Hello, Bugs' mother. We're here for you. Hey, first routine for that Tiger, Kaylee. Got a lot of promise up there on the uneven bars.
Absolutely. Bars is not, in my opinion, of course, one of the easiest events to compete and to get out there and be confident in those handstands. And again, that's what tonight is all about. But that was a fantastic start for her, and I'm excited to see where she goes.
So you might have noticed that we actually are not taking scores necessarily for each routine tonight, but to her credit, and I gave her the business last go around, but what our judge tonight is doing is giving some really valuable feedback to our coaches. She's taking long form notes, making sure that our coaches have the benefit of what she sees. A highly trained and very well respected judge across this nation is Joan Nat. We're delighted to have her with us tonight. And I hope I killed enough time for her to actually be ready, and she is indeed. Please welcome to the uneven bars, Alexis Jeffrey. Kaylee, another first-time Tiger performing in the Maravich Center. Another uneven bars routine that has great promise. How high was that?
That was beautiful. And can we just talk about her toe point? I mean, her form is beautiful, and her extension on those handstands, her ankles were glued together, and then you see this dismount. She fought for it and stuck that landing.
Unbelievable height on the release on the high bar, which is something, of course, in the routines that the judges are looking for.
Height, distance, catching the bar again, back down to the low bar, that bail or pack salto. Your form is very important.
And next on the uneven bars for your Fighting Tigers, Elena Arenas. Another gymnast for LSU that, again, is coming into her own on this event. Kaylee, amazing transitions. That's one of the things that catches my eye. Bail to handstands, so nice.
It was beautiful, and you'll notice her half pirouette. The judges are going to be looking for, you'll see it on the low bar after that pack salto. They didn't show it in the replay, but she does a half pirouette, and you want to finish that exactly in vertical. If you don't, then that could be a deduction. And she did that super well, and that whole routine, Elena did a phenomenal job.
And here's Alona Shinikova, or Ashley Cowan, I beg your pardon. Let's see. No, that's a... Gotcha. Oh, just touching. Okay. Gotcha. Just warming it up. All right. Cowan, right? Mm-hmm. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the uneven bars for your Fighting Tigers, Ashley Cowan.
Ashley is a level 10 out of Bull City Gymnastics. She's a freshman here, and as her first time up, she really nailed that double layout dismount. You see her legs were perfectly glued together. In college, you focus a lot on handstands, and that's something that Jay is so good at when his girls get into the lineup. Developing girls to be ready for the lineup, he really focuses on handstands, landings, and being confident in your gymnastics.
Next on the uneven bars for your Fighting Tigers, Aaliyah Finnegan. A couple of Interesting things there about Aaliyah's routine. The new dismount has a special name called the Fontaine, that half-in double front. Aren't you impressed I knew that?
I am impressed you knew that,
All right.
actually. That's very good. Very, very good.
It looks like she's still kind of rounding it out. It looked like the release maybe got away from her just a touch right there, and she took a couple of steps forward.
That's okay. She over-rotated just
Yeah.
a little bit, but you know what? That's really good because that's a blind landing, and two, it shows that she's got enough endurance at the end of that bar routine. Bar endurance, they make it look really easy, but believe me, by the end of that bar routine, you are exhausted. So for her to over-rotate that means she's got enough left in the tank.
Plenty to do. Exciting to watch Aaliyah Finnegan this year. As Jay liked to put it, probably all around all the time in 2023. And next on the uneven bars for LSU, Haley Bryant. Wow. You know, another new dismount on the uneven bars, but it's everything before the dismount that you just get caught staring.
The handstands were locked out right on top. She even held a few of them. I mean, I don't know what you take besides little tiny things here and there that step on the dismount, but I'd be looking for things. That was a beautiful bar routine.
And next up for your Fighting Tigers on the uneven bars, Alona Shenikova. Yet again this season, Kaylee, Alona is going to be a mainstay in that uneven bars lineup. Technically precise. An amazing effort there to get things started here at 101.
She's an All-American on this event. She brings a lot of consistency. She's been here before. She's done it. She's confident when she goes up there. So it's all about getting in there and doing what you know how to do.
Jay Clark said this week that Alona is in the best place of her gymnastics career this season coming in.
And that's so important because the girls come here to finish off their gymnastics careers. So to have this be the best one yet, that's exciting.
Next on the uneven bars for LSU, Cameron Ryan. Kaylee, for those that may be new to gymnastics that are participating with 101, when you do have a fall off of an apparatus, particularly uneven bars, you do get some time
You get 30 seconds, I believe. And what her and Jay are discussing is where, okay. So normally in a regular competition, she would have to pick up where she left off, but Jay just told us that she's gonna get a mulligan here because this is not a real competition.
All right.
Show us what she can really do, get those nerves out. But in a real meet, she would have to pick up where she left off, and you get your score, and that's 5/10 of a deduction for the fall.
Next on the uneven bars for your Fighting Tigers, Olivia Dunn. Well, Kaylee, she was a 2021 All-American on the uneven bars. Again, very technically precise, gorgeous lines.
She had beautiful lines, and you'll notice that that wasn't her real dismount. She will not do that in a real meet. She's just getting her bar endurance, and we want safe landings here tonight. So she's just out here practicing her bar endurance, and I think Cameron's about to go again.
Yep. Don't forget, you can tweet those questions. We'll get gymnasts to answer throughout the meet at LSU GYM on Twitter. We're getting a nice lineup of those. Get those on in, and we'll get to the gymnasts as we move through the meet tonight.
Mike, we're gonna let Cam go again, and then we're gonna go through and show you our dismounts. Some of those were a little rough around the edges. I want him to go through again and show some dismounts. Haley Bryant will go first with her double front half. That's more like it. Aaliyah Finnegan, this is a new dismount for her. One, two. There it is, there it is. Tori Tatum, this is a half in, half out. All of these are E-level dismounts. Okay. She kind of rolled that off the bar a little bit. We're trying to get her to be a little straighter when she leaves the bar. Ashley Cowan is a double layout. That's better. Better. This is Chase Brock. She did not do a routine, but she's going to show you her dismount. It's a full out. Stand up. Alona is going to show you a double layout. Good, good, good. Little stiff knees on that. Cause a little bounce. You okay? Alena's going to show you another double layout. There, that's it. She's on it. She's right on it. She's right on it. Elena's been nailing about 90% of those in the gym. Right now, Olivia Dunn's going to show you her double layout. There we go. Good, 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 good. You'll notice, and Kathy Johnson will remind her all the time, she's a little soft in the knees. Kathy likes to say all the time. But we're working on that, aren't we, Liv? Yeah. All right, Cameron Ryan going to show you her double layout. Stand up. There you go. All right, all right, all right. Got a little soft there at the end. Cam had a little tough luck tonight. She normally makes that Jaeger, but that's why we're here. Why we're here. We expect a few things. Not everything's going to go perfect for us tonight. Great job on bars. We're headed to beam. Let's crank this place up a little bit for these final 2 rotations.
Gymnasts, this is the 2-minute transition. You can join the Tiger Spotters Booster Club and be a part of LSU becoming the most consistently successful gymnastics program in the nation. Don't miss out on exclusive privileges and benefits for Tiger Spotters. For more information, visit lsugym.com/tigerspotters. And Tiger fans, with perennial powerhouses Oklahoma, Florida, and Georgia coming to Baton Rouge this season, you will not want to miss a minute of the action. Season tickets for LSU Gymnastics and single meet tickets are on sale now and selling very fast. Please visit lsutix.net to secure your seats today. I can tell you there are not many left.
We're gonna go with t-shirts.
All right, fans, here comes a Christmas gift from us to you. It's a t-shirt toss. Up on your feet. Here we go. Hey, Tiger fans, I want to recognize a couple of our LSU Gymnastics super fans that are in attendance tonight. Everywhere we go for LSU Gymnastics across this country, we can always count on LSU President Tate and his wife Kim joining us, and they are floor side again tonight. Welcome to you both. We're so glad you're here.
Here goes, Jay.
Hey guys, I want to recognize somebody else who's here tonight. We're so fortunate here at LSU to have the support of our president and his wife. President Tate and Miss Kim Tate are sitting here courtside with us tonight. Thank them for being here. They are here every meet virtually, and I'm going to tell you right now, that doesn't happen in very many places. So we're blessed to have a president that supports all of our sports here at LSU. Also, softball coach Beth Torina is in the house. And her whole gang. All of them.
Hey, Jay. There you go. Hey, so far, Gymnastics 101, what are you thinking so far? What do you see? What are you picking up? How do you like it?
Well, if you were here and you got here early and you watched us warm up, you saw some things that looked a little more comfortable than they do right now. And that's part of why we do this. We come in here, we know we're going to see some jitters. We know some things are going to be a little incomplete, but that's okay right now. We're just starting to work and dialing in those details. And I assure you, by the time we get through January, you'll see a different level of execution than you're seeing in here tonight.
I noticed you went through those dismounts on the uneven bars. I'm thinking that was absolutely intentional because you're looking this year for excellence, and you know that it's just a smidge difference in those tenths you need to advance.
Well, that's right. And you know, they get in here on this equipment. What people don't realize in gymnastics is, depending on the surface that the equipment is on, it can feel very different. The bounce of the bars can feel different. The bounce of the floor can feel different because of the way it breathes. We're on top of the basketball floor in here, so there's a different give than what we have in the gym. And when we go to other people's gyms, maybe their basketball floor is there and maybe it's not. So we have to adjust to equipment, and we do that in the long warm-up every time we go somewhere. And that's really one of the things we're bringing them in here to do, is because, as I mentioned, this is the only chance we get to come in here and practice. And so to be able to, we got to make those adjustments very, very quickly. You got to understand, the sport of gymnastics requires a level of perfection that no other sport does. And, you know, and we've got to be at 99% of execution perfection all the time in order to be successful. That's not true in every sport. And so it's amazing that they can make the adjustments that they do in such a quick way.
You have 9 people going up on every event. And from what I've seen so far,
that was 10 on bars. There was 10 of them on bars, and 11 if you put Chase in that mix. So we're there.
Yeah, like how does that make you feel as a coach going into such a long season?
I'd like to have more than 9. You know, you really can't have too many going, because as you know, when you stood on this runway in regionals that year and the bottom of your foot popped, things can happen, and so you have to have a lot of people and a lot of depth in order to be ready for anything that could happen during the course of a season. Our sport is a high injury rate sport. There's no getting around it, but we do things to manage them the best that we can and keep them safe all year long. That's another reason we land very soft in the gym on resi pits. This is the first time they've landed on hard surfaces all year since August. So everything feels a little different. Their feet will be burning a little bit tonight when we finish.
You feel like you've been hit by a truck the next day.
Feel like you've been hit by a truck. That's right.
Hey, Jay, real quick, for the benefit of these great fans who've turned out tonight for Gymnastics 101, our ticket sales are through the roof. Now, granted, we have an amazing home schedule this year, and fans aren't going to want to miss it. But a note, if you don't mind, before we start Balance Beam, about what these fans mean as the heartbeat of this program.
It is our fans create an environment that is unique to college gymnastics for sure, and it's really unique in all sport. LSU in general, the fans for every sport, is unique to college sports. I mean, the ardent support, the vociferous support. You know, I know not every person that comes in here when there's 12,000 people in here knows everything there is to know about gymnastics, but they know that our kids are wearing purple and gold, and that fires them up. And so the energy that our team gets from our fans is such a huge advantage for us when other teams come in here. We're going to need that. As you mentioned, the schedule it's a meat grinder, and we do that by design, because we feel like now that we have this huge fan base, we owe it to them to bring in the best teams and give them the best show we can, even if that means we run the risk of losing a meet sometimes here. We want to make sure that we sharpen ourselves and go against the best teams, and we're going to keep trying to bring those teams like Oklahoma and Utah, and of course the SEC schedule itself is crazy. You mentioned our season ticket sales. I think if we haven't already, we're about to go over and set a new record for season ticket sales this year. So it's exciting. It's just an exciting place to be, and you guys do that for us.
Jay, talking about Beam, what are you hoping to see tonight?
If you'll notice, I kind of move away from Beam. It's that event that I've heard a lot of people that come to our meets say the same thing. You know, it's 4 inches wide, it's 4 feet off the ground. My energy is not really a good mix for that event. You got to have a calm person. That's why Bugs is over there running the show. She's able to get them where they need to be. But I'm just looking for really, you look for artistry similar to as you do on floor. You're looking for rhythm. You're looking for making sure that things flow together. You'd like for when they can for gymnasts to work the beam on toe. You're looking for things like straight legs and pointed feet and stuck landings and the things that you look for on other events as well.
You know, Jay, I'll tell you something I'm looking for on Balance Beam, and that's the return of Kai Rivers. And you have her in the leadoff spot for a reason. She wasn't able to compete last season, but she is back and looks fantastic.
Well, if those of you that have been around me a long time, you know that I've said Kai Rivers is our alpha, and she She does a great job, and that spot was occupied by Christina Desiderio so amazingly for her career. Kai's got the same mentality, and Kai relishes the idea of going first, and so we're excited to have her in that leadoff spot.
All right, Coach, let's go to balance beam. It looks like Bugs has the team all circled up. And we're just about ready to go. It looks like the Tigers will go with 9 up on the beam lineup tonight, Kaylee. We're going to see a mix of experience. We're going to see a few newcomers in the mix as well. I can't wait to see this because this is the event that down the stretch makes the difference in all the meets that end in ship.
It definitely is the make or break event. You want to be calm, you want to be composed, and you want to stay in your element.
One of the things I really love here is how Bugs takes all the gymnasts aside. She's got a little special something that she says individually to each one of them. And we're ready to go on the balance beam. And first up on beam for your Fighting Tigers, Kai Rivers. Oh, yeah. That's the Kai Rivers, ladies and gentlemen, that we have missed. Welcome back. Kaylee, look at the leadoffs tonight. Vault, Elena, bars, Kaya, beam, Kai. Amazing leadoff efforts.
Those were strong leadoffs, and let me tell you, leading off beam is probably one of the most nerve-wracking things, and she has led off this team to set them up for success. I mean, she was calm, she was composed, she hit everything she needed to hit, and that just gives a sense of calm to the rest of the lineup. So that was a fantastic job.
Releve positions, I love how she even covered, maybe didn't get all the way around on that leap series, but covered it beautifully. And all smiles for Kai Rivers. It's going to be a great year for her.
I'm definitely excited. LSU has always been a great beam team. And so to have another great beam team with 9-10 people deep, that's just, it's so important. And to know that each girl can get up and do their job and do it really, really well, that can just ease the mind of the coaches, the girls, to know what you have in that lineup.
Bugs once again over with Bryce Wilson. Just taking her through those mental cues. Everything's so positive with Bugs over on the balance beam. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on the beam for your Fighting Tigers, Bryce Wilson. Bryce Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Our first opportunity, Kaylee, to see her on this apparatus, light as a feather and technically precise, bright future.
I'm excited to see all that Bryce has in store as a Tiger. She was calm and composed and 4 inches wide. You're up there in front of a bunch of people for your first time in this arena, and she just did an amazing job. You'll see her acro series up there. For her dismount, she did a back handspring 2 feet into that dismount. And for those of you who maybe know gymnastics, you saw her stutter a little bit in between that. That was an amazing save to know your body, to know how to adjust to make that dismount work, and she did that phenomenally.
Lake Charles by way of Houston, Pearland, and then back to Baton Rouge. So delighted to have her as a Tiger. You ever want to just have a window into Alona's head? Is there a more positive, bubbly personality, just always with a smile?
She is. I mean, what a great person to have to look at during a meet, to know she's got you. She's going to give you an uplifting word or two before your set.
Double fist bump with Bugs means that it's time for balance beam, Alona Shinikova style. Tell you what, it's going to be a fun season when the Alona Shinikova on balance beam. Kaylee, that was a masterful routine. She covered up a couple of breaks, but with total veteran moves.
Yep, that's what it's all about. You have to know those smart moves to make when you know that you've missed an element or didn't quite connect something like you know you should have, and that's what the judges are looking for. So when you see the judges flash the card on the table that says 10-0, 9-8, whatever it may be, that's not their score, that's actually their start value. So they will deduct from that number. So that's sometimes something that a lot of people don't maybe know.
And they get to that start value by watching the routine to make sure that all of the elements have been executed.
Yep, you need to have a full turn on one foot. You need to have leaps and jumps in split positions. You need to have an acro series, which is 2 skills directly connected. You have to have the front, a side skill, different combinations that add up to that start value.
Interesting about Alona, last season she did 8 9-9 plus routines in the season out of 20 routines performed. So almost half, roughly. 8 out of 20, 9-9 or better.
Wow.
The Tigers are going to lean heavily on her this year, as they are our next performer on balance beam. It's Haley Bryant, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as if the beam itself is not good enough for Kaylee, she decides to take it up a notch with a brand new skill. As if it's not hard enough, Kaylee. And the standing front tuck, my heavens, and nails it 2 feet. Wow.
I mean, just to put into perspective how hard that standing front tuck is, a lot of people will run or do a little two-step into it. It's beautiful. She has so much height. She's a powerful gymnast. So to see that on balance beam and have her be calm and composed, it's beautiful.
The last time we saw a standing skill on balance beam like that goes back to the 2012-2014 time frame with Reagan Corville did that on balance beam, but it was a standing Arabian,
yes,
which had the twist.
Yep. To do those standing elements, it's very difficult. You have to be precise, especially on beam. Your shoulders have to be square to land right in the center of that balance beam where you want to be.
Well, we've heard Michael Bublé, a little Adele, maybe even an appearance by Alicia Keys. So let's see what Aaliyah Finnegan has in store for us with beam music as she gets measured out with the last couple of comments with Coach Bugs. And now, on balance beam, for your Fighting Tigers, Aaliyah Finnegan. Fought for that landing. She did. Hey, and if you want to win the trivia question about the music, it's the Lumineers, of course,
right.
Grammy Award-winning artists that are the beam music this season for Aaliyah Finnegan. What an amazing routine! Again, packed with difficulty.
It was. That triple series was probably the highlight for me.
Yep.
That's 3 acro skills directly connected, takes up the whole length of the beam, and she did that amazing.
It's going to make a big difference, I think, this season, having someone with her international experience too, Kaylee, in the all-around, being counted on for, let's just call it 5 months, basically, starting here in December and moving all the way through April of next year. That is a meat grinder. That is an incredible amount of effort that it takes to fulfill a gymnastics season.
It is, and it's tough on your body and mentally, physically, emotionally, all of the above. So to have a good mindset and to feel prepared like we're seeing here tonight, this is part of their preparation for the remainder of the season for those difficult meets.
Rarely a day off for these athletes in this particular sport. It just demands it, as Jay said earlier.
Gymnastics is not like football where there's an off season. It really matters to be in the gym.
And next on balance beam for LSU, Kaya Johnson. Kaylee, I'm not sure there's a better technically complete routine in all the country than what we see out of Kaya Johnson there. I tell you what, you just get mesmerized by that routine. It's one of the 3 events that she has a perfect 10 on.
And that's no surprise at all. I mean, her leap series, as crazy as that may sound to some people, is so impressive and so difficult. That switch leap, it's so hard to do, and she did it effortlessly and got that full split. And there's the dismount, small step, but really little to no deduction throughout that beam routine.
You know, we were talking earlier about the 9-9 scores contributing into that lineup and how important that is. If you go back to last season during the regular season inclusive of the SEC championships and look at Kaya Johnson's body of work, 17 9-9 plus scores out of 33 routines. That's better than 50% of the time she's delivering a 9-9 or higher.
It's impressive.
That's MVP. If you could think about Tom Brady trying to throw, or Drew Brees having to throw a touchdown every other pass that they made, puts it in perspective.
It does, and when you've done it for so long.
And next on balance beam for your Fighting Tigers, KJ Johnson. Hey, from fabulous freshman to super sophomore, that routine is going to be a mainstay in the Tigers lineup. I just have a feeling.
She's dynamic, she's powerful. You see that obviously with her vault. And again, just like Haley Bryant, to see that on beam, it's just beautiful. Look at that dismount. She fought for that landing and did a great job.
So strong, but yet makes it look so effortless, which is one of the things you've got to do to impress these judges who have probably seen it all and then some.
Yep.
Yeah, to close the book on KJ Johnson there, of course, was a mainstay in the vault and floor lineups last season. Kaylee, how great would it be to see her in that lineup for the first time at balance beam? Amazing. Such promise.
Got a lot to look forward to this next season.
And next on balance beam for your Fighting Tigers, Sierra Ballard. Kaylee, she's been working so incredibly hard in the gym. You know, I kind of teased it when we interviewed her on the floor earlier about additional events that she might be in. You know what? Not far off from breaking into this lineup there.
That was a beautiful beam routine. I mean, her difficulty, her poise, her grace. She kind of had the perfect combination there, and it was beautiful. Besides that step on the landing, not much to take.
Jay over giving her a few atta girls. Know he's incredibly happy to see all that hard work paying off in the gym for Sierra Ballard. And Elena going through a few extra memory techniques there. Always important on that balance beam, no doubt.
Beam is 100% a mental game.
That's it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our 9th LSU gymnast in our beam lineup for LSU Gymnastics 101. Please welcome Elena Arenas. Well, if we start with Bublé, of course we got to end with T Swift and a little Ed Sheeran, but I tell you what, Elena Arenas is somebody to watch on this event this year. Mark my words, Kaylee. That's beautiful stuff.
I mean, she had the difficulty. She was composed. There was not a bobble on that beam, and she did her job. And I am so impressed with those 9 girls we saw up on that balance beam for the first time in this environment. No one looked nervous. I mean, preparation is key, and it's obvious that they're prepared.
How about that beam team, Tiger fans? Nice effort here in the 3rd rotation. Got a lot to work with, a lot to build on with Ashley Natt at the helm on that event. You know what this means, Tiger fans. You hear that whistle. Nobody does it quite like we do it on a Friday night here in the Maravich Center when the 4th and final rotation comes around. Yes, indeed. The fourth and final rotation here in the Maravich Center with 13,300 plus. Kai Rivers, what is that like exactly, wearing the purple and gold on this floor with all of those folks hanging from the rafters screaming? I get chills thinking about it.
I would say it's definitely nerve-wracking the first time. It was really scary. I remember my freshman year, my seniors were Kennedy, Edney, Ruby Harold, and Ashlyn Kirby. And they had to constantly tell me to just stay calm and like breathe and smile and have a good time and remember that you're supposed to be having fun. It's not supposed to be super scary.
Hey, I would be a very poor announcer if I didn't ask you about that beam set. How great was it to be back on that event? The smile tells it all.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a long college journey for me, but I'm just happy to do what I can to help in any way, shape, or form, honestly. So that felt really good. I have things I already know that I need to go home and like do better at. Don't look at me, Kaya. But I'm excited. I'm excited to keep working.
Yeah.
All right, Kai, I've got a question for you from Twitter. What is your favorite place to compete away meets and why?
Away meets. I was gonna say here. My favorite place to compete is Florida.
Yeah.
One, because I know a couple of the girls there, so it's always good to see them. And then it's a great like atmosphere. I would say it's closest to like how it is in here, how it's like so much energy, and the Gator fans are very, they're very in tune with their girls. So it's really cool. It's good energy there. I like it.
Well, of course, much has been made about your college career being a bit of a roller coaster, of course. You just said you're letting it all hang out this year. How liberating is that as a student athlete to know that you're just going to let it fly?
I mean, it's nice because I don't feel like I have to prove anything anymore. I feel like I just want to support my team. I want to be a good leader. I want to be a good student. And I feel like that speaks for itself, and it'll get us where we need to go. Hopefully, if I just do my part, then that's it.
Tell us about a newcomer that you're excited to see get an opportunity on the floor.
On the floor. Well, Bryce. I don't know where she is. But Bryce is out here, and she's so powerful, and she's so much fun to watch, and her routine is so cool, so I'm really excited for everybody to see it.
Pick another event who you're excited to see.
Let's see.
Put you on the spot here. You know you're interviewing for ESPN, right? This is what this is all about. This is like, we would call it tape. This is like tape that you're putting forward. So
Okay.
work with me here.
Awesome. I would say another person I'm excited about is Tori on bars, because she's had her fair share of shoulder stuff too. So we're like shoulder buddies in that way. But she can do a mean bar routine, so I'm excited for you guys to see it, and other things, but her bars is really, really cool.
Outstanding. I'm trying to see real quick if we had another Twitter question that came around, but one of the things that I'm excited about is that beam lineup. Kaylee just talked about it. 9 up, 9 across. That was strong.
Yeah, that's the first thing Jay said to us when he circled us up just now. He's like, I'll take 9 for 9 any day. So you can only put up 6, but the fact that we could go out there and have 9 solid beam routines, and there's people that could definitely have gone that didn't get to go. So, I mean, I think we're happy with where we're at, especially on beam, because that's a scary one.
I know it's probably hard to pick, but what has been your favorite memory so far here at LSU?
I don't know. I mean, that's
it
so
could be
hard.
anything.
I don't know.
No, it could.
I would say last year when we won against Bama here.
Yeah, always been.
That was crazy. It was so much fun, so much energy, and we put together a meet, which was it felt really good.
I'm happy when I beat Bama to breakfast.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. Kai Rivers, ladies and gentlemen, how great is it to have her back in the purple and gold this season? We are looking forward to a great season ahead for that young lady from Detroit, Michigan. Well, Kaylee, so for those that are new to how we do things here in the Maravich Center, when we head to the fourth and final rotation. Of course, our opponent is on balance beam when this place is on fire. I cannot imagine what that must be like. But as soon as the first beam worker is finished, we go straight to the floor. We have a little saying for that. Not going to do it tonight. We're going to save that when the Oklahoma Sooners come to town for our first home meet on MLK Day, Monday afternoon in January. But of course, it'll be floor time. And first on floor for your Fighting Tigers, Sierra Ballard.
But that was a pretty good leadoff. Did you think so?
I did. I really thought that was fantastic. She's got such a spark for these Tigers. And I know we're doing some routines a bit differently than you might see,
Yes.
but on a normal college meet. But tonight is all about getting these things down here in the Maravich Center.
So you'll see each of the girls, just like Sierra did, they'll run through their first pass, pretend like they did it perfectly, do their final 2 passes in that routine, and then we'll get to see their first passes before the end of floor. So I'm excited to see what their first passes are because they're normally very big and very powerful.
That's right. So it's all about stitching together skills, right? And it's the letter grades that you've heard so much about if you follow the sport. And we'll get into that a little bit more as we move along. But right now, on floor, it's Alona Shenikova. All smiles for Alona Shenikova, Kaylee. I just, you see how she is with her teammates. They're cheering her on from the sidelines. She's pulling that energy out of the team and out of the crowd and transferring it to a beautiful performance.
Her second and third pass, you saw she stuck her landings. Her form was beautiful. She had personality. She was excited throughout her floor routine. That's what the judges are looking for. They want to see that you're enjoying yourself and having fun.
I think that's her middle name. Is KJ going to go up now? They're going to say... And next on floor for your Fighting Tigers, KJ Johnson. Kaylee, in all the years I've been doing this, one of the things that I appreciate the most on floor are those who draw you into a performance, and few do it as well as the sophomore from Dallas.
I mean, that's what it's all about. I think her floor routine and everyone's floor routine needs to mimic their personality so that you perform it and you do draw the crowd in. I mean, you saw her tumbling's dynamic. Her dance was dynamic.
Such height, this
The
double
height,
back.
yes.
And just a step forward on the landing, but you can tell that she has such promise in going into her second season as a Tiger on this event. She went from somebody that we said, hey, let's see what she can do on floor, to, oh, we know what she can do on floor.
Yep, she's definitely one they're going to want in this floor lineup.
I might get lightheaded if I took a breath that deep. Big handshake from Coach. And now, on floor for your Fighting Tigers, Aaliyah Finnegan. Such style, grace, it's all rolled into one package. Absolute attention to detail in that routine.
So much power in that second pass, that 2.5 to punch front. I mean, from her fingers to her toes, everything was perfect and put together. Look at her ankles.
Look at that punch.
Yes.
Right through.
It was beautiful.
Can't wait to see what she has in store for us in her second campaign as a Tiger.
There's a lot left that she's got for us, I'm sure of it. And that smile throughout her floor routine and having fun, that big tumbling is exciting.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, on the floor exercise for your Fighting Tigers, Haley Bryant. Kaylee, I'm not sure how one puts power and grace together in the same package, but it has a name, and it's Haley Bryant.
I couldn't agree more. And just to put some perspective on that final tumbling pass, that is an E-level skill. Most people do that in their first pass, and she's doing it last. So it just shows how powerful she is. It's a front handspring with 2 twists.
Yep.
Completely well done. I mean, you just can't get much better than that. And just to know how difficult that is, it really shows what kind of an athlete she is.
You know, from the first meet through the SEC championships, Haley Bryant last season competed 35 routines. 25 of those were 9-9 scores or better. Now, by my math, that's 71%. And I see Beth Tarina across over there across the way, and she's waving at us. Hey, Coach, if you had a player on your softball team that was hitting over 700, would she be in the lineup? Absolutely. 2 thumbs up right there. Absolutely. And that's what Haley Bryant did last year as an LSU gymnast. Amazing, amazing stuff. And next on floor, for your Fighting Tigers of LSU, Kaya Johnson. Another one of these Tigers on floor, Kaylee, that's going to invite you into her party that she's going to have. And I've heard Courtney Griffith say that over and over again. And it's all about having your own party on the floor and inviting all these fans to it.
And there's nothing like doing a floor routine in this kind of environment, especially when it's your own fans. It's indescribable, honestly, and the fans really make that environment so special for each one of these girls.
34 career titles in her first, second, and third year combined for Kaya Johnson, now going into her senior campaign, having won floor 13 times. Wow. And she's a presence every week and then some.
Absolutely. And you can see why based on her performance tonight on every single
Hey, Mike,
event that she's done.
I just want to remind you guys, we got 3 more routines here, and then we're going to show you those first passes that you see them jogging across the floor. I want to make sure everybody gets to see those because they're pretty impressive, and then we'll be ready for autographs here pretty soon. But I really am impressed with what I'm seeing so far, and love the choreography and the way they're performing. So 3 more to go, and then we'll show you those big first passes.
All right. Coach says let's get it, so let's do it. Next on floor for your Fighting Tigers, Elena Arenas. Kaylee, what do you think?
That was beautiful. I mean, her routine was exciting. Her tumbling was great. That front handspring double full, you'll see it again up there on the big screen. Again, E-level, high difficulty, good execution. It's just, there's nothing else to say. I mean, it's beautiful. What I've seen so far from this team, I'm really impressed with, especially floor endurance this time of year. It's really hard, and they're doing a great job. Even though we don't have all the passes in there, you can tell they're strong.
Likely going to rely on Elena this season for quite a number of routines. You figure, even if you're a 3-eventer and you've got, say, 10 events in the season, that's 30 routines that you've got to go out and deliver quality effort. And speaking of quality efforts, we've seen a couple of really nice ones tonight by our next gymnast on the floor exercise for your Fighting Tigers, Bryce Wilson. Kaylee, a nice effort right there by the freshman from Lake Charles, Louisiana. It must be a complete thrill for her to be on this floor in her home state.
Like we talked about, there's nothing better, especially for her, family, friends, having this be the school that you grew up watching yourself. How cool.
So we have one more performer on the floor for the Fighting Tigers before we'll go back and do those initial passes, which we're all excited to see in just a bit. So next on floor for your Fighting Tigers, Chase Brock. Kaylee, how wonderful to see Chase back out on the floor. Not able to compete last season, but I'll tell you what, that tumbling pass was as high as the screen here in the PMAC.
It was beautiful, and her dance was dynamic. You'll see that tumbling pass again. There's that double back, and she stuck the landing. You want to make sure you lean in that front foot. She nailed it. And that last pass, that full and a half to a front full, oh my goodness, that was beautiful. And she capped it off, of course, with the Tiger Roar.
Okay, well, I think according to Coach Clark and the staff, we're going to start seeing some of the initial tumbling passes here. Going to warm them up, and then we're going to move right into them. Hey, we can't think, Kaylee, about a gift that would be any sweeter in the Christmas stocking than some season tickets to the LSU Gymnastics meet this season. Oklahoma, Florida, Georgia, oh my heavens.
It's a packed schedule, and getting in here on a Friday night, spending a couple hours watching some amazing gymnastics, phenomenal athletes. I mean, I can't think of anything better personally.
And don't forget that great meet to start this season here in the PMAC for the Tigers on Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the afternoon right here in the PMAC. It's going to be a packed house, and you're going to want to be here because that meet won't be on any traditional television. It'll be streaming on SEC Network Plus. You're going to have two of the top probably 1 or 2 or 3 teams in the entire country competing on that special day.
Yep.
And you're likely to see it right here in person. And Coach Clark, you got us ready to go?
We are ready. Sierra's going to start us off. We're going to go in the same order we did the routines. And Sierra will open her routine with a double layout this year. I'm going to put her at the end of the line. I'll let her do that again. That's not supposed to go out of bounds, is it? Yeah. It's not where it normally goes. That white line means something, doesn't it? Alona's doing a front double full, also an E pass. Pretty good, a little bit offline. KJ opening with a full in. She stepped on the line. I don't know if she went over or not. I couldn't tell. We're going to go with the home judging and say she didn't. Next up is Aaliyah Finnegan, a double Arabian. You'll notice she connects it to a jump, which gives her bonus. That is about as good as you can do that skill, ladies and gentlemen. That is world-class stuff. That's Haley Bryant. That's another world-class skill. Front handspring, double front. So far, every pass we've done is an E. So we're opening with a lot of E's and finishing with D's. That's Bryce right there. That's also an E. That's a front layout to a front double twist. It's an E plus 2/10 of bonus. Chase with a big double pike. Great to see Chase Brock out here tonight doing floor for us. Tell you, when Chase is smiling, you can expect good things, and she's been smiling tonight. All right, Sierra's going to go again. She's going to redeem herself right here. Oh, stayed in. There you go. All right, good job, good job. Good job. So you get a sense of what these floor routines are going to look like. They train them full. We just didn't want to come in here tonight, first time on the hard equipment, and try to do everything right out of the gate. Mike, you wrapping this up, or you want me to wrap this up?
Coach, it's all you. This event was a brainchild several years ago, and it has grown and grown because of these fabulous fans. I tell you what an amazing way to cap off 2022. I know you're looking forward to January.
I am looking forward to January, and believe it or not, we did get it done in under 2 hours. We do have autographs upstairs in the Legends Club for all of you, all the kids. This is our autograph opportunity of the year. Please come up there and see us. Thank you again so much for showing up tonight on a Monday night. I know that that's not the easiest time, and we are so grateful. Thank you for being here.
And thank you, Coach, and thanks all of you for joining us for LSU Gymnastics 101. Don't forget that the autograph signing will commence here momentarily. You can line up at portals U and J. Athletes in each line are listed now on the video board and will be posted at each line. Once again, lines for the